That's it. That's all I got.
Changing it
Okay.
up. All right. Get a 70s porn vibe. I like it.
All right. Well, welcome everybody back to our continuing D&D series here. I guess we'll dive right into it.
Should we introduce ourselves? Is that something we should, if we're trying to make the stream better?
How many episodes do you?
We're actually thinking
Yeah,
about
I
things.
don't know.
Just saying. I don't think anyone's.
Um, we'll cross that road later, I
All
guess.
right, okay.
But good notes, good notes. As usual, we have no idea what we're doing. So last we left off, our band of adventurers had left the city of or town of Valaki in order to go to the far off town of Kresk in search for something. Along their journey, they come across a path that led off to a lake, and decided to check it out. Upon their little detour, they discovered a cart and a long tower, or a tall tower.
It's vertically long.
Vertically long. They go and check out the cart, see that it's locked. Doesn't look too interesting, but conspicuous. Go and check out the tower, mess with the door, and come to find out that this thing is protected by some magical energy, both offensive and defensive in the ways that it basically doesn't allow magic to be used within a 5 feet radius of it. After a couple of zaps from the tower, they go and explore, try to find out if there's any clues in this little wagon. Liko has and opens it up with a nice little lockpicking check, and comes to find out that the thing is rigged. A massive fireball explosion later, everybody's knocked onto their back. Leek almost dies. And fast forward a little bit, and Leek decides to follow the instructions on the door and does a little jig, which causes the door to open. After some suspicious staring at some statues, figure out that there's an elevator they take to the top peak of the tower. After rummaging into the room there, they discovered a chest that kind of smells like lavender, and inside they find a severed head, well preserved. And that's kind of where we left off. So you guys are still in this room. Haven't really discovered much other than the standing armor that's unmoving, and the chest with a severed head in it. So what would you guys like to do?
Is there any way I can look at this head and I don't think I can cast magic, but just with my intuition as a creature who's been around for a pretty long time, with wisdom, kind of reading people or things does this thing seem undead, alive, or does it seem just a dead head?
You can tell, like it. I mean, it's a severed head. It
Okay,
doesn't look alive. It doesn't look, um, it's not moving. It's not like
I'm
showing signs
eyeballing it.
of life. Yeah, it's just there, dead. But it is a severed head of all things. It is a little
Okay.
creepy.
Does the head look familiar? Like any paintings or people we've seen in the past?
What was the question again? Sorry.
Like, can I identify who the person was? Like, have I seen them in town or in paintings possibly, or is it just
No.
a random?
This face is completely unfamiliar to you.
You said it's in like a bucket, right?
Yeah, it's in an oily solution. That's where the lavender scent is coming off of, and get the feeling like this is the stuff that's preserving the head.
Hmm.
Can I look around to see if anybody's like watching us, or if I like notice anything weird?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a perception check.
All right. That's going to be a 21.
21. You look around the room, and I mean, it is kind of a tiny room. You don't see anything remotely kind of suspicious or, other words, getting the feeling that you've being watched. Um,
Can I give a thorough once over to that armor set again? I remember last time I tried to take the helmet off or something, but it wouldn't budge. I wanna see what the
yeah,
deal is with this armor.
sure. Go ahead and go ahead and do an investigation if you want to look at it closer.
Yeesh. Okay. Ugh.
Yeah.
A 7.
You can guide yourself.
I could have. I totally could have.
A 7. I mean, you're looking at it, and other than the fact that all the pieces are kind of one cohesive unit, like they're not like separated, which makes it think like, well, no one can really put this thing on.
Hmm.
It's other than that, it's just a standard suit of armor.
Hmm.
Is there anything else in the chest besides the head?
Nope, just the head.
The chest was locked.
Nope.
Was it not locked?
Yeah, no, the
It was
chest
unlocked.
wasn't locked. They were able to easily open it.
Hmm. Should we sort of roll the room and
I was about to say, are there identifying marks like I can names on like lapels, like
yeah? Can we
anything
roll
that
this room?
links this to a person?
Yeah, if you want to scrounge a room for any like information on maybe who this tower belongs to, or maybe information about the head, go ahead and roll an investigation check.
All right, you want to bless me?
I will guide you. Yes, I'll say,
All right.
Saloon, help him with this search.
Does the guidance work?
What?
Doesn't matter because it was in that one.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, magic. Does magic still not work in here?
As far as you tell, like you cast your spell and you feel it go through, but you don't know whether or not it latched on.
Hmm.
And did I feel it latch on?
No.
Fair. So that's in that one.
So yeah, it like for a small room is like there's not really much giving away as far as tells. Like there is a desk, but a lot of the papers on there are unidentifying, and stuff that's on there is inconsequential to what you're looking for or anything else like that. Um, it's so you're kind of really like stuck as far as like who this might be or who this place might belong to.
Okay. I couldn't make heads or tails of that thing. It seems undecipherable. So maybe time to go.
What was what was like the tarot reading for the Marsh again?
Good question. It was. Doo-doo-doo. Master of the Marsh, a beauty that was plucked too soon.
This
Uh,
thing was beautiful.
How beautiful is the head?
I mean, as far as like beauty standards, that's the eye of the beholder. But I mean, it's a even though it is well preserved, it still shows like signs of some decay. So it's not like overly beautiful, but I mean, you can tell that the person might be once, handsome looking.
Plucked too soon.
Can I like look at the where the neck is severed and see if I can see if it was like a clean sever, if maybe it was sawed off or something?
Give me a medicine check.
Okay. I don't think. Oh, I'm pretty good at those. Okay. Ooh, a natural
help you if
19.
you want.
It's all right. 26.
26. It is a very clean cut. It's not ragged or anything like something like brutal. I think it was a very clean cut, so it was either surgically removed or something from a very sharp blade was able to get this clean of cut.
Hmm. What are we supposed to do with this head?
Should we take it with us?
That's
Is it
not
going to
bad.
stay preserved?
I'll carry the bucket.
Chest?
The head's in a bucket in the chest.
Oh, okay.
How does
Mhm.
it have a handle?
Can we check for traps?
I mean, if you want to make another pass with with an investigation to check for more traps, then go ahead.
Oh yeah, just specifically for picking this thing up. Like, does
Oh
it
yeah,
seem
yeah.
too
If you
much?
want to, and go ahead and roll an investigation on the chest and like around to see if there's any traps or anything.
All right, you mind
Oh
looking
yeah.
me up?
Well, I mean, it doesn't work, so
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh,
I'll say it
that's
anyway.
a dirty
Saloon, bless
20.
you.
A dirty 20. Then yeah, you do like a thorough investigation to see anything around this bucket, jar, whatever you want to call it, is clear, and you don't see anything that looks like a trap.
Okay. I think it would be okay to touch, but this place is crazy.
Yeah, my best guess is to just take it with us. I mean, I don't know what we're supposed to be doing here.
Hmm. Yeah, what are we doing in here? Looking for a beauty that was plucked to. It was pretty well protected for just a head in a suit of armor. Maybe we should try to take the suit of armor as well.
Mm,
Can any of us wear it?
okay.
I can
I
wear
mean,
heavy armor.
I can't wear it.
Yeah, I have proficiency.
Do you wear heavy armor now? Like, what do you have on now?
Get off my keyboard, cat. What do I have on right now? Let's see.
I think we're all unarmored except for you.
Currently I only have scale mail on, so I am looking to upgrade, which is why I was, checking out the armor, but it's one solid piece, so I don't know.
Mm,
K-
maybe we
Um,
could take it to a blacksmith or something.
yeah,
I
maybe.
do need to get a gilded acorn somewhere soon, so.
Could, is
How has
there?
Saloon
Yeah.
provided you with armor?
Well, I haven't really had the need. Scale armor sort of provided me with everything, but given the state of our current danger, it's probably a good idea to get some better armor. Is there? Could we perhaps maybe search this room? I say to everyone for a way to turn off this anti-magic situation. This.
Yeah, we could look around.
I want to look at the head some more and have a couple more questions for you, Daniel.
Okay.
Is there any
Yeah,
tell? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
go ahead. Nah.
I know it's been like preserved or something. Is there any way to get just like a rough guideline on like how long this has been dead?
Give me a medicine check.
Horrible. 11.
You have no idea how long this is. You can tell that there is slight degradation to the head, but you have no idea like how long that took place with this being preserved. It could have been a few years, could be 100 years. You have no idea.
And so, like, when we came in the room, like, when we first came in, did it seem like dusty and like nobody had been here in a while, or did it seem like lived in?
It looked lived in. Like that, there was like I mean, there's a bit of dust, but not enough to say that this place has been abandoned for a very long time. You can tell that this place has probably been lived in for a little bit.
Theoretically, somebody else is here and could catch us and looking at their severed head.
I mean, maybe.
If there is someone coming back, I would like to ask them.
We'd
about
still
the
take
severed
it.
That's the only guess I have. I mean, we're looking for a blutie that was plucked too soon, but I don't know what we're supposed to do with it once we find it.
Last time we were in somebody else's house and we touched a bunch of stuff that didn't belong to us. It didn't turn out too well.
I think that house was going to kill us regardless.
This house shocked us before we even got inside.
It
You
also
almost died in an explosion.
this
But now
building
it's
also
fine.
blocks magic. If anything about this severed head and suit is magical in any way, if we remove it from the tower, it may reveal its properties.
Very true.
Freedom.
Is the head what's causing magic to not happen? Like, if we take this outside, will we not be able to cast spells while we carry it?
I think that's very much worth finding out.
Pick
Fair.
up the book.
You said you picked up the head?
Yeah, well, I picked up the whole bucket. I assume we want to keep it in like the preserving liquid, right?
Yeah.
I say I'll hold the bucket. Actually, because can we lift this armor by ourselves, or would Robert have to do it?
I don't know. I mean,
I gave it like a push check to see like how heavy it is.
I'm sorry, say that again.
I gave it the armor a push check to see how heavy it is. Like, could one of us take it, or would it only be Robert able to take it?
I mean, it's fairly heavy. But it is hollow, so it's
Mhm.
like it's a full suit of armor that's kind of like on its own thing. It's mostly awkward to carry because it's one whole piece.
Mhm.
So if someone was going to carry it, I mean, you'd basically be holding that thing. So if you were, ambushed or caught unawares, like you'd basically stuck with nothing. Like you would just be holding something.
Gotcha. All right, so
Some rope around your waist and drag it along behind you.
it's very loud.
We could throw
I
it out
think
the
I'll
tower.
try to.
See what happens.
I don't think it could fit through that arrow hole.
Ah, that's right. Well, we could drop it down the elevator, the quote unquote elevator shaft.
And shatter it.
Well, it's a one solid piece, maybe it'll break it into its components.
That might
Or
break
destroy it.
the
What's that?
platform. It might, because the wood's all rotten.
Yeah.
You're just going to smash a hole in the platform that we need to get down.
Would it even fit through the
That's
trap?
pretty
He did.
That's fair. Yeah, but I'm small.
Yeah. So
Yeah, but Falco fit. I mean, he's big.
yeah.
It's true.
Hmm. This is quite a mystery. This situation. I say, yeah, I think we could probably finagle it onto the platform and lower it down and then take the head as well.
I think it's what we tried to do.
Is there anything in the room? I very highly doubt it. But like a big jar with a lid that I could theoretically transfer the head to so that it wouldn't be spilling all over the place when I'm trying to carry it.
No, there's nothing in the room that would be like suitable to be like to top.
Who has a
this
jar?
Yeah, a jar big enough to put a head in.
Yeah, that's
Very specific.
I'm lugging the bucket anyway. I don't know what else to do with the
Yeah,
head.
let's get it out of this anti-magic field. See what happens.
You think the head goes to the armor?
Can I look inside the armor, see if there's a body?
Yeah, you look inside and it's hollow. There's no body in there.
I like where your head's at, though.
Yeah. At least it's not in a bucket.
Is there a helmet on the armor, like a head part, or is it just the armor piece, like the neck down?
I'm sorry, was that a question?
Is there a helmet on the armor, or is it just like neck?
It's a full suit of armor with helmet, and it's all kind of in one cohesive piece. Even though it looks like it can be taken apart, when you go and try to remove, like, say, the gauntlets or the boots or the helmet, it's stuck.
Yeah, maybe we should just push it down the thing. So if it breaks, that's just easier for us. We can maybe have half plate.
I think the last person. I think if Leek pushes it after we all get down to the bottom, then he doesn't need an elevator. He can just fly back down.
It's very true.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
See you guys at the bottom.
Yeah, terrible plan. Let's do it.
Pushing the thing off to the side.
Well, first I want to see what happens when the head leaves the tower.
All right. So who's using the elevator first?
Robert, I think, should, if she's holding the bucket or he's holding the bucket.
Yeah, I'm lugging the bucket. Are you two, like, is everyone else gonna stay up here and just send me down by myself?
I'll go with you. For safety purposes, I'll go with Robert.
Can I go too, or is there enough space?
It was pretty tight.
Yeah, it's a 5-foot square, so 2 people can be on there like somewhat comfortably. You might have to like press up against each other a little bit.
I called down to Leek, like, hey Leek, could you hang up here with me?
Leek's going last.
Yeah, I'm still up here. I'm going last.
All right, cool. All right. So, I thought you had already gone.
So, Robert and Karabar can start making their way down. They just get on, think down, and the elevator starts going all the way down. About a minute goes, and they're back down to the surface.
Can I be like looking around in that whole minute, just kind of like keeping my eyes open, really like feeling vulnerable at the top with no elevator down? Okay, that's a 25.
Yeah, everything stays the same. Nothing moves or does anything spooky or creepy.
I'll when we get to the bottom, I'll yell up. All right, we're gonna take this head outside and see what happens.
Good luck.
Thanks. And
can we like send the elevator back up before we leave the tower?
Oh, that's true. Can we? Or do you have to be on it and think up before it to do it? Can I touch it and think up? And
Lee could do it.
Touching it?
Lee could do it and fly off.
Yeah, I could fly down and bring it up.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Okay, so what are you guys doing?
We're going down to the bottom, leaving the elevator on the up position if we can, and then getting ready to go outside the magic field.
So me and Robert are down at the bottom, and then I guess Leek's gonna fly down, bring the elevator back up.
Yeah.
So that Falco can get down. I think we should all be together whenever we get this stuff out of the tower in case shit goes down.
And I think the magic people should be out of the magic field first.
For sure, yeah, for sure.
Before the non-magic people come out.
And then Robert, once Leek, or once whatever the fuck his name is, Falco gets down to the bottom. Then Leek will take the suit of armor, and shove it down the hole so that it comes down and crashes down here with us. And then he'll fly his way down.
Exactly.
Great plan.
We are masters of finesse.
I guess you could tie a rope to it instead of just fucking throwing it down.
Nah, I think the throw is better, just so we can break into pieces.
In case it does animate, boom, fall damage right off the bat.
Good point.
Pretty much.
I don't have a rope anyway, so.
All right, so you're gonna bring the elevator back up, and then Falco is gonna go down.
Hmm.
Yeah, once the Robert and Carabar are at the bottom, I'm gonna fly down and bring the elevator up for Falco.
Okay, and then Falco comes down, and then you push the suit of armor over, right?
Yep. Fly up, and I don't even need the elevator. Just fly up and shove the armor down. Look out!
Okay, so we'll just fast forward to that part.
Hmm.
So go ahead and give me a strength check to move this armor to the entrance
Is it
first.
heavier than a normal suit of armor?
And not necessarily heavier, but it is like it is hefty, and especially with uh, Leek's size, it's a little awkward to move because it's like human sized,
Right. Okay.
not air
Strong.
kraken size.
18.
18. I'd say with a little finesse, you're able to like scoot the armor over and get into position where like once you tip it, it'll like floop down inside.
I do that thing where like you tilt it to one side and then move it up a little bit, and then move it to that side, twist the other end,
Nice.
kind of walk it.
Yeah.
Like a shelf.
Yeah. Moving a shelf by yourself.
All right. So you managed to scoot up to the entrance. Are you going to do anything else before you push it?
We tied its speed up last time, right? Last session.
Yep. Yeah.
We're so paranoid.
Yeah, if the feet are tied up already, yeah, just shove it down.
Okay. So you give it a good shove and it like wobbles and then it just like head dives through the hole and it falls. Let's see. How tall was this tower again?
It's like 80 feet tall.
80 feet. So I'd say like give it like maybe maybe like 75 feet fall. What was terminal velocity for fall damage?
20d6.
20
Yeah.
d6. Okay.
A d6 for every 10 feet caps at 20. 20 d6, not 20 feet.
If you fall 30 feet, you're just dead.
Oh, I do. I am level 4 now. I got slow fall, right?
Oh, cool.
I do.
Oh
yeah.
So you really can't even be knocked out the air if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh, it takes a reaction? I thought it would just happen.
Yeah, as a reaction. But when you need it, it's very nice.
Oh yeah, I'm bound to get knocked out of the air at some point.
Yeah. You're playing with God.
So yeah, you tilt the armor over and it goes and is anybody down there to witness this?
Yeah, we're down there, but we're definitely making
Yeah.
sure there's plenty of room for this thing to land.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
You guys
Construction
look
site
up and you
style.
just see this suit of armor just like come hurling down and then right in the platform just smash and then yeah, the whole thing just scatters into pieces.
Oh, hell yeah. That was a great idea. I'll start collecting the pieces.
That's exactly what you want to see.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'll help collect pieces.
For sure.
Let's see.
As I'm collecting it. Good shove, Leak. Keep collecting.
Real good one. In Robert's head, I say, you mind keeping a lookout while I help him collect this stuff? Make sure nobody runs up on us. We know somebody lives here, so.
Fair enough. Okay, yeah. And I'll. Are there any of those windows or little arrow slots down here? There aren't, are there?
I don't think there were
I
any
think
on the
the
first
front
floor.
door is open, though, right?
Did we leave it open?
Why would we shut it?
Yeah, we didn't say that we shut it. That's true.
It opened on its own, right?
That's right.
Oh, no.
Oh no, yeah. You get like once you guys go back down, you notice that the door is closed.
Anybody remember the dance?
Does it?
Is there like a doorknob on this side?
No, there is no doorknob on the side.
Uh-oh.
Fuck.
Uh-oh.
Are there symbols for the dance?
No.
Does it push open?
I don't know, does it?
Well, I'm collecting armor, so I don't know. Push it,
I got fucked up last time I touched that door.
Robert. How's the
Very
armor
true.
look, by the way? Is it like ruined basically, or is it still in pretty good shape?
No, you go and start collecting up the pieces, and you see that the armor is shattered.
Oh,
Like
fuck.
everything is like it's in pieces, but not whole pieces. It's like fragmented.
Mm.
Can I look now that it's in
Oh.
pieces? Am I able to look and see what was holding it together? Was it like just a welded solid piece of like armor? Well, I'm not sure.
Give me a investigation check.
Okay.
I'll help you look through that.
Oh, thanks. It's great. 14.
14. You look at the edges where it might have been connected to the other pieces. You don't see anything that would look like welds or any sort of forging to hold it together. You don't see any like interior structures that might be like holding things together, like metal beams or anything like that. It just seemed like they were just stuck together.
Well,
Like a magnet.
if it's like irreparable, I won't collect the pieces. I'll just leave them. Kind of a wasted effort.
I mean,
Yeah,
you
well.
could collect it for like scrap, but yeah, otherwise, like trying to get this rebuilt to what it was would
Like
probably
valuable.
be,
Okay.
like
Just the material itself.
I'll give my pieces
cost.
to Falco. You can have them.
Mm.
Go ahead.
I was just saying. I just take a couple pieces. I don't like go around and collect everything. I'll take a couple. Just it.
I want to lift the bucket up like close to my face, and I want to talk to the head. I want to say, "Hey, are you Kazan? Do you know how to open the door?"
Ooh. I think that's a great idea.
I mean, dancing got us in. So
You you go and you talk to the head and you mention the name Kazan and nothing happens.
Just push the door open.
Can I use
I'll push
my
it.
I use my mage hand and I push the door.
you have mage hand this whole time?
I mean, it's invisible. You guys don't know what it is, but yeah. I go and I try to telekinetically push the door.
Yeah, the you go and you push the door and yeah, it slides open.
Oh, great. See, nothing to worry about.
So we just think the door just opened on its own just now.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the head did it.
Yeah, I'm freaked out. I'm so freaked out. This is
Aren't there components to Mage Hand, or is you got like a special one we can't tell?
It's from my feature telekinesis.
Kind of we're in the anti-magic.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Actually, I'll retcon that. You can use magic inside.
Oh, all right, sweet, all right.
So wait, I do a thorn whip. It works.
Yes, inside you can use your thorn whip.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so if magic works, I have a. Give me a quick second to look over what I got.
Is magic keeping the head alive, or is it just the lavender?
You have no
Like
idea.
if we take it outside and pass through that 5-foot barrier around the tower, is it just gonna? I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready to head out. Door opened. Great.
Let's go. Start lugging the head out.
Yeah, for sure.
As far as I can tell, we passed the test. We got the beauty.
Thank you, Kazan.
All right, so you guys go ahead and walk out of the tower.
We
And
lost Jonathan. Oh, there he is.
as soon as you walk out of the tower, Robert, you like monitor the head as you go through. Once you head into this area, you start seeing that the head is slowly starting to decompose at a faster rate.
Oh shit.
Oh, hold it.
Uh-oh.
I'll walk back inside the tower, like I'll back up slowly.
Yeah, once you enter back in the tower, the decomposition like halts.
What?
Does
He's
it
gonna if we
does it
leave.
does it come back? Like,
No.
does it fill its state back up, or it's just okay?
Nope, it just stops where it was.
Uh,
I think we should leave sleeping dogs where they lie. Best
Everybody,
case scenario, the thing comes to life.
everyone, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Uh-oh. Oh, it's almost a natural 20. For some reason, I can't see everyone else's rolls.
Uh,
right?
so I got a 9.
It's for everyone else? And you can't see them either, Chris?
Oh,
No, it's still coming up like it's rolling, like it's just a question mark.
Oh, I refreshed the page and it fixed it.
interesting. Okay. Anyway,
Thanks.
bad.
Yeah, there we go.
I got a 19.
Okay.
Anyone?
Karabar, you
Leak
start
got
to
a
hear
21.
from the well, I'll say both Karabar and Leek. You out from like with the door open and you can like have the outside. You start to hear the sounds of hoof trots, like quickly approaching,
Okay.
probably from a horse.
All right, guys. It looks like it's time to confront the owner of the tower and see why he has this severed head in a chest.
Should we close the door and then just hide inside?
I think as long as we're forthcoming with our intentions, it shouldn't be a problem.
I hold the bucket up and I say, "What do you think we should do?"
Kazan has no opinion.
I mean, he opened the door
Um,
for us. I feel like he's telling us to leave.
I opened
That's
the door.
right.
Yeah.
No, I asked it on and it opened.
Have I not told you guys that I have telekinetic gifts provided to me from Saloon?
That's really opportunistic. I feel like you're just taking credit.
How can I use Mage Hand to lift the bucket or the head so that it like make it move around and so be like, see, I'm making the head move.
Well, Kazan disagrees with you. He says you're a liar.
That's me. I'm doing that. I'll
You sure?
I'll lift
There's
up.
no way a religious man would let me walk up and touch a magic door and get shocked to hell if he could have done something else about it. Right? There's no way that would happen.
Well,
so.
I mean, I can't control what you did. I'll lift up a piece of the broken suit. See, I can lift things with my mind. It's a gift from Saloon, and
It's coming alive, and I smacked
I look down, I sigh, and I'm like, you're right. It's probably Kazan that opened the door.
Yeah.
Can I think I'm gonna
damn it.
turn into an animal if because he said preemptive to confrontation, so Calder confrontation. Let's go into wild shape. So and I'll let you know what I wild shape into. I'm just
I think that we should step out and introduce ourselves and confront him, but I'm happy to do it on my own if nobody wants to join me.
You're probably right. Like maybe we'll just have a pleasant chat, friendly spar. It'd be cool.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
they'll tell us who the beauty that was plucked is.
Should we leave that inside so it doesn't decay?
It's probably a good
yeah.
idea. All right.
To the head.
Well, then keep it either way.
Set him gently by the door. I'll be right back.
As you guys are kind of like discussing on what you are planning on doing. The hoof trots get
I'm gonna
closer
sit.
and closer,
Hmm?
I'm
and
gonna turn into a brown bear and stay inside.
okay, and eventually the lot of you hear the horse, come to a stop, and you hear a woman like angrily like shouting basically to herself in a language none of you understand, but you've heard before.
Okay. It's a woman.
Is the door open? Like, is she yelling at us? Does she see us? Or is she
No,
yelling
you
at us?
you can kind of is it from what you can gather as far as like the distance. You can tell that the voice is coming from mostly around where the wagon used to be.
Okay, I'm gonna head outside at this point when I hear the angry shouting with my hands kind of up, and I'll say hello. Sorry to blow up your cart. Well, we didn't do it. It blew
Uh,
itself up. But yeah, hey, we're just don't want to scare you. We're here.
you walk out. You kind of like have like arms up and uh, a gesture of goodwill. Um, and you come out and you see a relatively young woman dressed in kind of like vibrant clothes, but it it you see that she looks like one of the Vistani. Um, but she's also really battered and bruised, and it looks like she was in a really bad fight. But you can also see that she's kind of like crouched by where her wagon was, and then as soon as you come out and start speaking, her gaze like locks straight onto you. And for a moment, she doesn't say anything. She just kind of like keeps her eyes on you.
Okay, I'll be like, hello again. We mean no harm. Just sort of on a mission to rid evil from this land, and Marsh was. Well, anyway, my name is Karabar. I'm not alone, so just so we're on the up and up, and nice to meet you.
She kind of stands up and like faces towards you, and you get a more like clear picture of what she looks like. Has like a very bright kind of like overcoat and whatnot, a lot of flowy garments. But do you also notice that on her right leg is vastly different than her left?
Hmm?
Um,
Frankenstein.
and you see she has uh, as far as weaponry, she has a rapier sheath that she has like a hand on, and also a hand axe. And she takes a few steps towards you and is like, "What have you done to my cart?"
Well, we were looking at it innocently, and it blew up. It almost
Did you
killed.
not read the signs and stay out?
I read it, and we stayed out.
And so
And
you still ignored it, and so you wish to rob me of my goods?
well, no. I can tell you're angry, so I just want to say that I apologize about the cart. How much was it? I'll do my best to reimburse you.
That was more than a cart. That was my home.
Oh, so you don't live in this tower?
That's besides the point. I had a lot of things in there that were precious and very important, and now they're all gone.
Well, I apologize. Yeah, there's no replacement for sentimental objects, and I apologize for that deeply. Again, I can reimburse you monetarily, but I can never reimburse you sentimentally. I could say a prayer for the lost items, but um, how DM, how would you call this woman a beauty?
A giving her a look over, you can see that she is very young and youthful.
Hmm.
Um, and you might like, by your standards, would consider her beautiful. Yes.
Hmm. Um, I again, I apologize for the cart situation, but I couldn't help but notice that we also invaded your tower. We went in there as well, so I apologize for that as well. And we also broke your suit of armor. Sorry about that. Again, I can reimburse you financially, um, but you have a severed head, and it's really stumping me and my companions. Um, why do you have a severed head?
This is not my tower.
Oh.
I just happened to be here, and I left my wagon here while I went and did something.
Okay, here, give me a second, and I'll go back.
Insight check.
Are you out there too?
Oh, can I? Oh yeah, I was supposed to say I was hiding. Never mind, I couldn't see her. I have to be. Can I listen? Insight check.
Listen.
Listen, no,
Does it
you'd
sound like
have
she's lying?
to you'd have to see like insight is basically looking at like body features and body
Okay.
language and stuff like that to see like if the person's lying or not. You wouldn't be able to get a good understanding just by listening.
For sure.
Yeah, I'll say, give me a second, and I'll head inside and be like, I'm really fumbling with this lady. If you guys want to come help me find out what's going on with this severed head.
Well, I mean, if she says it's not her tower, maybe she doesn't know.
Wasn't the cart like super old? Like it'd been there a very long time.
As no, not really. It was just like it might have been an older cart that was made new. Like you saw there was like maybe a fresh
Okay.
coat of paint and stuff like
Mm.
that. All the stuff that you saw inside was relatively in good condition um, before you blew it up.
I tried really hard not to.
I don't think we even tried to look for traps.
No, you didn't.
No.
Just beanie, just like kick the door down and like
Yeah.
I'm here.
Uh, all right, I'll give it another try.
Kind of her fault for booby trapping it that way, right? Like she knew what could happen.
Yeah, I mean, who sticks a stick of dynamite in something that they care about?
Go outside, and I'll just tell her, like, hey, that explosion was really cool. How'd you do that?
Nice. Flattery. Good job.
And you can just kind of see like she's like there with the like hand in her face, and it's just like obviously I rigged it to explode in case anybody such as you people were trying to get in would not be able to steal my things. But I didn't think anybody was dumb enough to trigger it.
Well, surprise.
Yes, surprise. I guess that was on
Ding
me.
dong, we're here.
I mean, this guy over here believes in a god that doesn't even give him anything.
Well,
It might make you feel better to make fun of him. It makes me feel better.
let's not get ahead of ourselves. So, ma'am, you say this tower isn't yours. Whose tower is this?
This tower is belonged to Von Richten.
Von Richten. Remind me who that is?
Von Richten, famous monster hunter.
Ooh.
You never heard of him?
Can't say that I have. Is he still around?
Yeah, I don't know where his location is, but we're getting off topic here. What are you doing here?
You're right. We're getting I think we got off on the wrong foot, and I'm gonna cast Healing Word, and I'm gonna say Saloon's blessings to you, and I'll give her a quick little heal because you're looking a little rough. let me heal you up, and she gains 12 hit points.
Okay.
Strong healing word.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Oh, the life cleric. Huh? You get to add your level. Or...
Mhm.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And so you cast the actually how how far away like from the tower did you get out?
Oh, I went to so I wouldn't be shouting. I would get close enough, and it's got a
Okay, so
60-foot
you
range.
got it. So okay, so you stepped away at least far enough away from the tower so that way you can cast the
Right,
spell.
right, yeah. Yeah.
And you see the magic take hold, and some of her cuts and bruises that start to fade and stuff like that. And she gives a sigh of relief and begrudgingly thanks you for the healing.
Yeah. No worries. So you say he's still around, Mr. Van Richten?
Supposedly, yes. He hasn't returned to this location in some time.
You have any idea where we might potentially find him?
No.
No idea. Okay.
What does he look like?
Uh, 1 second while I find out what he looks like.
Benedict. It's a cool name.
That is a cool name.
That's Van Damme level.
Van Damme's a cool name.
Mhm.
So is Sean Claude.
Yeah. And we put it together, Jean Claude Van Damme.
Right? This guy just took all the coolest names for himself.
And he's a martial artist, so like he was super tough on top of it. Like,
Full disclaimer: our stream is sponsored by Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah. Yeah.
the next leader of North Korea, Jean Claude Van Damme.
What?
I'm gonna shoot him an email, see if he'll.
Yeah.
Has he acted in like a long time? I don't remember seeing his
Nah, man,
name at all.
Don't think
he's just sitting on so much cash.
Yeah. I think
That's fair.
the last thing I
I
think
think
I
he
saw
was
him do was the
anymore.
Chevy commercial, was it? Where he did the splits between the two trucks?
Oh, that was a
Yeah,
long time.
exactly.
The last movie he was in that I remember is the fuck, what was that movie with
You know,
basically
Chevy paid him like
every action movie star
I
that
know what
played
you're
in it?
talking about, the Expendables or something like that.
Yeah,
Expendables.
he was in there. He was one of the bad guys.
That's right. Yep.
Big check.
Yeah.
Big check.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like this guy's doing great.
Yeah. So in conclusion, sponsored the show, Sean Claude.
Get your name back out there. Maybe get you some more scripts.
Yeah.
Script.
Yeah.
I still remember Johnny Cage.
Was he played Johnny Cage?
And
I
Mortal Kombat?
I don't
yeah,
know if he
didn't he?
played.
I don't think
No,
The
so.
he
new
didn't play Johnny. He played Guile in
Maybe?
Street Fighter.
Hmm.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if he. No, he wasn't. I don't think he was Johnny Cage. I'm not exactly sure.
I think.
Can look that up real fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did I just like Madridian candidate it?
Shit. See if I can.
Bloodsport.
Okay.
Mortal Kombat 11.
he
Oh, so he's in the game. Okay.
yeah. Um. The lady kind of like goes, yeah, older fella, gray hair, glasses. It's kind of hard to describe him.
Does that match the head inside at all?
Ooh.
No, it doesn't.
I have a little theory to test out. I want to take the head outside and let it decay just a little bit, and I want to keep my eye on this person. Does anything happen to her when it decays?
You go and you take it out, and the it starts to decay, and you kind of look at the lady, and the lady just kind of stares back. Nothing's happening.
Okay, I
That's
put the
Leak.
head back.
That's a friend of ours
Hi.
named Leak.
That's Kazan in the bucket.
Yeah. Do you know Kazan, by the way? The Buckethead.
Gee, a buckethead.
Hold on 1 second. Okay. You mentioned the name Kazan, and it's like that's not Kazan.
Yes. You know Kazan.
I mean, I've seen the name on the tower, but I don't think the the head is named Kazan.
Have you ever been in the tower?
Yes, I've been using it as a base of operations.
Did you do the electricity thing too?
No, that's built into the tower itself.
If this dude's a monster slayer, is this a vampire head in a bucket?
I do not know. To be honest, I didn't play with the head at all. I was kind of creepy, so I just left it in the chest.
You know, we probably should have mentioned this earlier. We were brought here by the Vistani. We're here on a mission for the Vistani to rid the land of the evil that clearly pervades every inch in every tower.
You are here to fight Strahd.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yep.
She kind of gives like a very curious look, and almost in disbelief, like this troop of morons is here to save Barovia. But
I walk out as a full bear.
as soon as you walk out the door, you shift back into your thing as you enter in the anti-magic area.
Damn it.
That's
No
Falco.
worries. Just proved your point.
Hello.
If I may ask, what is your name, young lady? I don't even know. How old am I? I don't think.
um, she like
That's right.
still kind of like dumbfounded a little bit, but she kind of snaps back to it and goes, "My name's Esmeralda."
You know what's funny
Great
is
name.
whenever you were describing her, I was like, does she? In my head, I was visualizing Esmeralda from The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Pretty much, it's a pretty like a more like
Oh,
combat ready Esmeralda, but yeah.
Oh wow, that's so crazy. That's exactly what I was imagining.
dang.
Do you
Super
know
cool.
anything about like a prophecy that the Vistani have, like a series of tasks we're supposed to do to defeat Strahd?
Well, I mean, if you were given a reading by Madame Eva, I mean, that's your destiny. That it's not a specific, destiny that's given to everybody. It's your specific destiny.
Do you
Our
know?
destiny is to defeat Strahd, and they told us one of the things they said was to find a marsh and look for a beauty that was plucked too soon. Does that ring any bells? Were you plucked?
I was just thinking that.
Um, she like again is like just really like dumbfounded, but kind of like listens to what you're saying. Um, is she like, well, I mean, I'm assuming you might be referring to the master of the marsh. Um, the master of the marsh is the Burgermeister Laszlo Ulrich.
Oh, Ulrich.
But he's dead.
What did he look like?
I don't recall his appearance.
He's the master of the marsh?
Well, that's how he that's what his title was. He was the master of the Marsh. Um,
And he's dead now. How did he
he's
die?
been dead. I, I'm unsure of his demise, but I just know that um, he's no longer living.
Hmm.
Um,
People who die usually aren't living anymore.
Can I insight that?
yeah, go ahead.
What are the odds he was decapitated?
So 21.
21. You can get the idea that she's mostly telling the truth, even though some of the details might be a little foggy to her, that she's trying to be genuinely honest. But then again, she's also still a little weary about you guys trying to figure out whether you guys are truthful or not.
Gotcha. Okay.
So you said that like Madame Eva gives everyone a personalized fortune, right?
Yes, when then we tried to. Madame Eva's goals are very mysterious. Even I don't know what her overall plans are, but her overall intentions are good. She wants to rid these lands of Strahd's, uh, campaign of terror over this place and this curse of encapsulating all the life here in this bubble, just as much as anybody else. But she feels that she's the one that believes in prophecies, that there will be a specific group of people that will come and will do a specific set of tasks to gain the power that is necessary to stop this. Now, some people like me feel like we should probably just take matters in our own hand. These wounds that you see on me were actually from Strahd himself. I just came back from Ravenloft,
Really?
hoping to come back to a place where I can recover and resupply. But I guess that's not gonna happen because you guys blew up all my shit.
Well, okay, hear me out. I have these tools. Maybe I could build you a new shelter.
Well,
Be good with wood building.
shelter's one thing, but what about all my equipment? Do you have any idea what I had in that cart?
No, that's what we were trying to find out.
Do you guys always go and break into places that doesn't belong into you?
I mean, so far,
Yeah, it's been working
yeah.
out.
I can't believe this.
I'm really really shocked. So you fought Strahd yourself and survived. So you must be pretty martially competent.
Well,
Well,
I know how to take care of myself, but I wouldn't call my fight with Strahd martially competent. I barely left out alive, and he was basically unscathed.
Hmm. Well,
Well,
go
you
for
can
it.
roll with us for the meantime.
What does
Say in our
Strahd?
head.
You guys are lucky that I don't put curses on each and every one of you for what you've done to my
Oh,
things.
Jesus! Please don't curse us. Uh,
But
That's fair.
because you are working with Madame Eva, I feel like I should just call this even.
Here, it's not much, but I'll take off my satchel of how much do I have now? 40 copper. Yeah, I take my 40 copper and I give her all of it. I say, here, it's not a lot, but I'm really sorry about the cart. If it makes you feel any better, it almost killed my bird friend here.
She kind of snatches the the pouch from your hand and looks at it and just sees just this bag of copper, and she kind of frowns at it, but begrudgingly takes it.
It was an exceptional trap. It was really, really good.
I don't even think you gave her enough for one night at an inn.
I offered to build her shelter. She's got a whole tower.
Yeah, it's possible she got shelter.
Yeah.
If she's able to, I'll sort of go back to the group. If she's able to survive a altercation with Strahd, maybe we should join her to the troop.
Maybe that just means Strahd's kind of a bitch.
That's true.
Maybe you should spar with her, Leek, and find out.
That's a good idea.
I could always fight.
She just kind of looks like, as you can see, I'm in no condition to fight right now. Nor am I in the mood to fight right now. I just wish to go into the tower and take a night's rest.
That's fair.
That sounds fair.
Do you mind if
Maybe
we
we can
sleep in
stay
the
at the
tower
bottom.
too? Yeah. I was just gonna say that.
I think you guys done enough here, and I would prefer my privacy, please.
Well,
Do you know where this Laszlo died?
As far as his death, I'm not exactly sure his exact location where he died. As far as where, I think, the he was the Burgermeister of the now forgotten town of Barrez. The ruins are still there. They're back basically the way you came from. They're back westward and down to the south. We'd have to go there. Maybe you can find something to help you down there.
Merez?
Berez, Berez.
what
And
time?
that is our best lead to find the beauty that was plucked too soon, right? Like it had to be this Burgermeister. He sounds pretty plucked.
But was he a beauty?
We all look at her.
Like I said, I don't know what his appearance was. He's been long since dead.
Mm.
While this conversation is happening, can I sneak back and grab the bucket?
Yeah.
I want to take it out.
Okay. So
After I get past the anti-gravity field, does he keep decaying?
once you enter out as you exit, it starts to decay. But once you get past the 5 feet marker, it stops decaying.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
So it's definitely some magic keeping it from decaying. It's not just lavender.
Hmm.
Makes sense.
Hmm.
Now that we have magic, can we just did you pack detect magic or anything like that?
No.
Mm. Yeah, me neither. You hate to see it. Yeah, can we just look over it and see maybe some sort of I don't really know magic like that, but I imagine it's some sort of necromancy, but do I get anything else past that?
I'm sorry, what were you looking for again?
The magic on this head.
What about it?
Can I try to check it out, look at it that way?
Give me an arcane check.
All right. 16.
16. You do examining it more from a magical perspective. You do see that it has some magical elements to that is aiding this preservation, along with the oils and stuff like that are in there. You see, it's kind of a combination of different things that's helping keep this head preserved the way it is.
Okay. And we also might have what's plucked too soon in our hands right now. So they plucked his head from his shoulders.
Did you have any idea what was up with that suit of armor in there?
That was what was it? That was a suit of animated armor.
It was inanimate.
Well, yeah, you had to speak the command word to bring it alive, and then you can control it.
Uh,
What'd you do to it?
well, was it yours?
Well, no, but I might have need of it. What'd you do to it?
Well, we didn't do anything to it. It fell.
It fell.
Right. Yeah, we were sort of looking it up and down to see what was up with it because it was a mysterious suit of armor, and in our investigations, it somehow slipped and fell 75 feet.
Carivore gets more full of shit like every word.
You destroyed the suit of armor.
It was a
You
total
you
accident.
people you people are a menace.
We, yeah, I apologize. I'm sorry about that. I didn't know it was animated. I apologize.
And she kind of just like sighs and like shakes her head and just she's done with the conversation and starts making her way towards the entrance of the tower.
Sorry again.
Do we see her do a funny dance?
I'd say yeah, I mean it probably had passed by the time like everybody had left the building. And so yeah, she walks up to the door, does the dance, it opens, she goes in there and she closes the door behind her manually, and that's the last you see her.
Well, I feel terrible.
Well, we shit the bed on that one.
Yeah, that was a bad move.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much start to finish, we shit the bed. And I think that we need to just take this one and just really, really sit in it. You know, really just start thinking about what we could have did better. Because I think start to finish again, we pretty much we didn't follow directions. We went through people's stuff without asking.
Yeah,
We broke their things. Just just bad in all parts.
you're right. Well,
But
I'm not
yeah,
sure
so
there's much more we can glean from this area. What time of day is it?
It's about sunset.
Did you guys want to set up
no
camp?
chance to sleep outside. Ugh.
So question.
Yes.
I bought those carpenter's tools, and I know it's like part of Xanaho's guide. Like it gives you certain things you can do with the tools.
Mm-hmm.
And for carpenter's tools, part of that is I can build a temporary shelter as part of a long rest. So, like, are you using those rules? Basically, is what I'm asking. Can I do that?
Yeah, I mean, you can like if you want to take the time to set up a temporary shelter. It's not going to be like you're not going to be building a log cabin out in the middle of the
Yeah.
woods, but you'd be able to make like little lean-tos and stuff like that.
Okay. Well, if we're gonna like camp here for the night, are we? Yes. Are we camping for the night?
Yeah, I think we're camping here for the night.
It sounds like a good idea.
We use the least
Um,
bits of, I can't remember her name,
Esmeralda.
Esmeralda's cart, and I'll
Yeah.
a little lean-to.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'll
Uh,
say like, where exactly are you making this camp? Like right in front of the tower, or like somewhere along
Right where her
the
cart
beach of the
was, so
lake, or
basically fake replacing her for the lean-to.
yes, if you need to, like, because I mean, there's very little remaining of that wagon. You can probably find some fragments here, but most of the wood that you're going to be gathering to build this stuff is probably going to be from like scraps of branches and small trees that you can find on the edge of the woods. Um, so, like, if you wanted to, you could either make this camp like somewhere along that land bridge towards the tower, or somewhere on the coast of the lake, um, wherever's up to you.
And I just look at the rest of the group.
um, I look over at you all and I say, "Well, I'm ready to take a rest, but before that, I think I want to scout around maybe a little bit. I could do it in wolf form pretty quickly, just to kind of see if I smell any danger just in the general area."
I think we should build the lean-to sort of in the middle, like so that we have lots of empty space around us that we can see anything coming towards us.
I got a fancy new tent just built.
That's right. I got a tent too. Hell yeah.
So closer to the tower, or like away from the tower.
Close-ish to the tower, like 60 feet from, maybe like 30 to 60 feet from the tower,
Hmm.
within spitting range, you know.
Okay. Oh,
And
you know.
can I go ahead and scout?
Yeah, I'll set up my
Yeah,
tent.
I'll say like you can do a quick scout in your wolf form.
All right,
Go ahead
cool.
and give me a we'll call this an investigation check.
All right, cool. I do a quick create bonfire before I switch, just so that people can warm their hands up if they want to in the meantime. But yeah, investigation you said?
Yeah.
All right, cool. That's only a 5.
5. As the sun starts to, or like the light from the clouds starts to get darker and darker, um, the fog starts to get thicker and thicker, and it makes it really hard to do any really good scouting, as it kind of like flows in and almost seeps into the bank of the lake. Um, the fog kind of almost creeps up to the tower, but it kind of hesitates, like partial way into the land bridge. Um, and so yeah, it like going through as far as like you kind of use your sense of smell, but you don't sense anything anything nearby that's awkward. Um, yeah, as far as sight is, you can't really see anything.
Okay. All right, cool. I just come back, take a short rest, hang out.
How comfortable does Robert's shelter look?
Robert, go ahead and give me a performance check.
Oh shit, performance. Looks off. I rolled like
Well,
shit.
I'll say it would be with your proficiency though, right? Because you're using the tool.
Oh yeah, I guess so. That's true. So still only like 10.
A 10? That's not too bad. It's like average. I mean, um, you look at the lean-tos and they look functional. I mean, it doesn't look like it's going to collapse on you, but then again, it doesn't look like the most extravagant piece of camping gear. But it looks like it'll hold at least for the night.
Okay, cool. I'm happy with my tent then. Oh, did I add the tent to my inventory? Yeah, so I guess we'll take a long rest.
Okay. And so is anybody going to do like a first watch before Robert? Well, as you know, would still be able to be okay. So Robert's just going to do the Sentinel, right?
Yeah, that century's rest is just amazing.
Correct. But in my little spot, I do want to set up my bedroll, and I want to set the bucket like in the bedroll and like tuck it in a little bit.
All right.
Yes, I will be set free rest.
Go ahead and
Just
give
wet
me
blanket.
uh, for the first. Let's say like for the first round, I guess, of keeping watch. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
I'm rolling like shit tonight. 8.
8. All right. Um, as far as you like are scanning, you're kind of like more focused on this head. Like you're like you like look to it every now and then, stare at it, and making sure it's tucked in right and and stuff like that. So you're not really keeping a successful watch on the camp, but you feel like you're in no immediate danger. Go ahead and give me a second roll.
15.
15. Um, this time around, you're like more alert and aware. Um, you do pick up the sounds of movement along the edge of the what you can imagine is the tree line, although it's very heavily obscured by fog.
Um, I know Leek's in his own tent, so it's just Falco and Caribou are near me, right?
That are
I'm in my
outside the
tent too.
tent. Yeah.
Oh, okay, then I'll wake up Falco. I'll wake him up.
I instantly wake up in a not long enough for a shorter long rest.
I at this point you probably would have gotten a at least a short rest worth of rest at this point,
Okay,
but not a
cool,
long rest.
cool, fair. Okay. I
Movement in the trees.
I communicate with you in your head like, okay, you want to check it out?
Yeah, I just wanted somebody else to be awake in case,
Okay. Are you a stealthy person?
Oh, I am actually. I forgot about that. You know, as much as a 6-foot
Relatively,
robot man can be.
as am I with dragon mixed in. All right. You want to go check it out? Or you want to wake everyone else up?
I'll go check it out. Just, listen
Okay.
for the
Okay.
call.
Let's do it.
I'll try
Yeah.
and
And
sneak up. Yeah.
yeah, exactly the same. Sneak up.
Okay, so are both of you going out to investigate these noises, or
Hmm.
okay? Um, so you both get up and you wander away from the camp to explore these noises. The fog is really thick at this time of night, and as soon as you get even a few feet away from the camp, you look back and the only thing that you see is just the glow of the fire. But you've lost sight of the camp.
Wow.
Um, but you are at the edge of the forest. Um, Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Okay. You want to roll individual, or I got 15 on the first, or
Oh, I
50.
rolled 16. I already rolled, otherwise,
Oh, nice,
yeah.
nice. Beat me. 16 though was for Robert.
So 16.
The
Did you?
highest.
Okay. You guys like get up to the edge of the forest and you just kind of like stay quiet for a moment, trying to listen for any other sounds of movement. And you do hear a small twig snap off to like towards the your right hand side. And you look around, but the fog is so thick you can't see any movement. Do you wish to push in more into the woods?
Do I
I
get
think
a sense of where the sound, like how far away the sound was from us?
Yeah, you got the sound was probably maybe 10 to 15 feet away.
too close.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I think I'm going to cast a spell, and the spell is Spike Growth.
Oh,
I think
Okay.
I'm going to cast it pretty much from where my feet are, in a 20-foot radius past that. So just like everything in there, just like a 40-foot diameter, is just now spike growth and set up.
if you're doing that shit, I'm probably trying to get away from you, to be honest. If you're summoning thorns.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I mean, it's definitely scary. Oh yeah, what does it even look like? It probably is me like very aggressively slapping the ground, and as the ground comes up, like Gara style, where the sand comes from the ground and shoots up like that. It's just all like obsidian, like thorns, all throughout the grass.
Okay. And what does that do exactly? Does that just make
Okay. Yeah, so the ground in a 20-foot radius centered on a point within range twists and sprouts into hard spikes and thorns. The area becomes difficult terrain for the duration. When the creature moves in it with the area, when a creature moves into or within the area, it takes 2d4 piercing damage for every 5 feet of it travels. Uh, the transformation on the ground is camouflaged to look natural. Any creature that can't see the area in the time the spell is cast must make a Wisdom perception check against your spell save DC to recognize the terrain is high resist before entering it.
okay.
Yeah, I know that. So it doesn't
So
actually
yeah.
look that drastic.
No, yeah. So I'd say like it just like you see like a wave that kind of like ruffles along the ground. And you like if you look at it closely, you do see like obsidian like thorns stick up from but they're not incredibly huge. Like
Mm-hmm.
um like a leaf can cover it and like camouflage it really well. But you do see like the initial magic wave just kind of go phew, and you see like the leaves kind of ruffle underneath the ground. Um, I'd say that after you do that, you do hear uh, a bit from the location that you heard, um, maybe a few more feet off to the side. You do hear a person, a humanoid, like uh, scream out in pain. Not incredibly loud, but like, kind of like thing. Um, but yeah.
Uh,
Can I draw my weapon and back up to like the edge of the fog? That kind of stops halfway up the land, right?
Or are you trying to like back up towards the camp or just away from the tree line?
Towards the camp, because if I heard somebody say "ow," I know there's a person out there, and I want to kind of get closer to Caravar and Leak and alert them.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say that you back up enough where it's like the glow of the fire is more brighter. It's still kind of hard to see the camp behind you, but you know you're away from the tree line as it kind of dissipates into the fog. Um, let's see. At this
can I try to
point,
talk to him?
what do you say?
I would just say, let's go don't move and you won't get hurt. We come in peace potentially, assuming you come in peace.
All right. You go ahead and say those things. You don't get any response back.
Okay, cool. I look over at Robert and say, I think I would be loud enough to try to wake them up too with that response, if I can.
So you say it like loudly enough to try to wake them up?
Yeah.
Okay. Karabar and Leek, go ahead and give me perception checks to see if you hear this enough to stir you from your sleep.
Oh shit.
20.
20? Yeah. So Leek, you hear Falco scream out into the woods some nonsense, and you're awoken by this.
I got a 9.
A 9? Yeah, Karabar's dead asleep.
It was a big day for me.
What? Huh? What? What was that? Where's
What was
everybody?
that noise?
Oh,
What the fuck was that?
Secret call. Fucking Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy. Just like.
know what I sound like. Trying to communicate with you like you're an owl.
I'm gonna shake Karabar's tent.
Yeah, I'd say that you were that would be able to stir you awake.
What?
Hey,
What?
He's
I
not a
heard
morning person.
me and Robert came up with a while back.
Wait, what?
Hey, some shit's going down.
Oh, give me a second. You hear rustling and fuck. Shit.
Goddamn pants on.
Damn it, I sleep in
All
the nude.
right.
How long does it take to put armor on?
You're right. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I'm completely armorless at this point.
At this point, everyone go ahead and start rolling initiative.
Initiative.
Alright, cool.
It's...
Am I really the only one who wears armor?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Of course. Of course.
At the
Well, the
most, I
rolls
should grab my
for me.
shield.
They're not showing up for me either. I have to be perfection.
Yeah. I'm assuming that's a D&D Beyond problem.
Ah,
So I'm having it.
Mm-hmm. D&D Beyond, a sign I am totally neutral about because they don't pay me.
I have no opinion.
Tell my
What was
wife.
what was that Rick and Morty shit? Time to dance.
Show me what you got.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there you go. There.
We open up Tales of Ireland.
You didn't have it open this whole time. How dare you?
We don't need it unless it's required, you know.
Oh shit. We don't need it unless we need it.
I am average intelligence and I am role playing.
It's a
That's me have
crisis.
my fun.
As I'm getting ready, I'm muttering my morning prayers under my breath.
It's definitely far from morning.
No,
He's right.
it's still like in the middle of the night. It's super dark. The only thing that's casting light is basically the campfire. Other than that, it's almost pitch black. And with the fog as thick it is, it's almost like impossible to see.
Ah, shit.
But you can't see the moon.
No, you can't see the moon.
It's all
So
right.
where the moon's
So
light doesn't reach.
so would dark vision still not help you kind of thing?
Dark. I mean, you can if you have dark vision, you can see, but the fog provides obscurity, so it
Okay,
inhibits your ability to see any distance.
gotcha. Okay. Okay.
Okay, so and then we'll go. Okay, so I just created a new board. Go ahead and go to encounter.
Still getting used to that new computer.
We've been making the board.
Oh yeah,
Tailspire just like keeps amazing.
I know. Just got an update not too long ago too to help with load times.
Oh,
Sick.
and the I was building some maps today. Like, well, not even building them. I was just getting them offline. I was like, what? How is this possible?
There's some good ones out there.
Oh, it's insane. Like, I got to show you maybe after the stream or something, but it's nuts what you can just find out there.
Yeah, I think the death house is one Daniel found, right?
Yeah, I found that one. That was pretty intense. Okay. Um, all right, Robert, what was your initiative?
You hold on, sorry, I didn't turn out. 13.
Falco?
That would be a 3 for me.
Leak?
14.
And Karabar?
I forgot. Hold on, let me bring it back up. 11.
So accurate. 2 lane twos, 2 tenths.
Yeah, did you just make this on the fly?
Yeah.
Wow,
That's what I'm saying.
that's impressive.
Got the fog in there. An endless void.
That's
And
what
the
I'm
expanding
saying.
ground.
Like, when you get nice with it, it's just like, how did you just build that like that? But you can. You know, it's like,
Okay. So you guys are here in this fog, and it's dark. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and bring the atmosphere down here. And you after Falco let this spell out. In fact, did you center it on yourself?
no, definitely not. It would, at whatever direction I heard the sound in, trying to blanket as far in that area as possible to catch anybody else who might also be there,
Got it.
but definitely not under where I'm standing. You know, it's a 40. It's a 20-foot radius.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, that is super cool.
Yeah, right. And it shows you like how big a space that is. Like, it's like, whoa.
That's actually super big.
Yeah.
It's like,
And some more.
if you look off into the distance, it reminds me of the hyperbolic time chamber.
Kind of.
Like insane. Just truly created a forest.
Um, so yeah, so you launched it off into that area there, and that's where you heard the sound. But from the darkness and the thickness of the fog, you hear another yell. But this one not from pain, as this one is basically just like a almost a battle cry, as you see a person that like almost instantly just kind of like appear almost out of nowhere from the fog.
If they're running through my spike growth,
No, this one was coming in the opposite direction.
mm,
And so so Falco, you just like catch this person just coming up to you, um, uh, within just as like it was almost a sudden transition as like this guy just comes in out of the fog and up into your face.
okay.
It's just blood curdling, yell like ah, and he comes in and takes a swing at you with a battle axe. And you kind of this type of person looks pretty familiar. You feel like you've ran into these type of people before.
Mm.
But he comes in with a swing and a dirty 20 to hit.
Dirty 20 hits. I'm going to use Gift of the Gem Dragon, and he has to make a DC 15 strength saving throw.
Okay. And he passes with a dirty 20.
Okay. He's going to take half of this. Hold on, let me get these dice. So he's going to take 3 points of force damage for hitting me.
Okay. But he deals to you 6 slashing damage.
Okay.
All right. Next is Leek. What do you do?
Helping out my boy Falco.
All right. So you rush towards the noise of the fight.
Yes.
All right.
And I go 5, 20. I can't see super well, huh?
I'd say like you're able to like because you heard the noise, you know the direction you're going to, and you got close enough where if you're within 5 feet of the person, you can see clearly what's going on, so you can get into position roughly.
Even without dark vision, we're good.
If you have some way of acknowledging where you're going, like with Leek, he heard the sound of battle, like he heard the guy yelling, he heard Falco cast a spell, so he can basically echolocate where that is, and rush towards it.
Okay. Do I have disadvantage because I can't see?
I'd say you can still roll. You're close enough where you can see it's not like you're blind. It's just like if you're trying to perceive something from a distance, then you'll have disadvantage. But up close, you're fine.
Okay. And would this be flanking?
Yes, I would call this flanking.
Sweet. I'm gonna pull out the trusty quarterstaff and start wailing. 12 to hit?
12 does not hit. So you go and you go to hit it, and it hits him square on the back, but it just like he flexes it off, like it just like this guy is pretty bulked, and so it hits but doesn't phase him.
Hey, flurry of blows. I'll try to hit him with a sweet roundhouse. 14.
14 does hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
All right. 6 damage
6 damage. All
with
right.
ribs.
Yeah, you go and you hit him square like in the shoulder with the thing, and it doesn't work. So you pull back and you give like a nice swift kick into like his like a kidney shot with your foot, and you see him like take it and wince over as the hit takes.
I'm gonna use my other leg and aim for his other kidney.
Go for it.
Oh, 19 for 26.
Yeah, that
Nice.
definitely hits.
Max damage 9.
Nice.
9
Hell
nice.
yeah.
Yeah, you go, you hit it, and then you use that momentum as you're pulling back to do basically just like a back roundhouse and hit the other kidney, bam, with even more force and doing more damage.
I
All
think
right,
that's a turn.
Robert, you're up.
I think he was a key point.
First of all, I would like to reach,
Go
That's
for
a
it.
tradition.
As is tradition.
and I'm gonna take the tail for move the beast.
What were you doing?
I choose the tail for my form of the beast when I reach.
Oh, so you're changing into your bear?
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
And if I hear them fighting, obviously, I step forward.
Yeah, you're close enough to see what's going on, so you can definitely open up and get into the fray.
Please. And I'm just gonna wail on this guy with my axe.
Go for it.
Okay.
That's him up.
21 to hit.
21 does hit, yes.
So I deal 10 slashing damage.
Nice. You
That's my
come in,
turn.
yeah, you come in and you let loose your hit, and it rakes across him, and he has a big wound that's bleeding pretty heavily. Karabar, you're up.
Okay, Karabar, you can see he's wearing a nice robe that has like moons of the different phases of the moon all over it. And
This is
then,
a nightcap.
yeah, his little nightgown basically. And then I'm sort of like, what's happening? And I'll start making my way towards the sound. 5, 10, 15, and once I'm here and I can see what's going on, I have my mace out. So I mean, I'm just gonna smack this guy with my mace.
Go for it.
Okay, nice. 21 to hit.
21 hits.
Okay, I'm not super strong. 4 points of mace damage.
All
I mean,
right.
that's not bad.
Could have been worse.
All right. Anything else?
No, that's all I got. I'm just like, oh, fuck, and I smack him with my mace, and that's it.
All right.
Ganging up on this dude.
Yeah.
All
I feel like we're definitely not on the tiles, right?
I can't tell. I'm too far away. Or no, we are, aren't we? Yeah, we are.
Yeah, you're on tiles.
Yeah, me too.
It's just hard to see the grid through the fog.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I recommend just using the arrows,
Yeah, that's what
and
I did.
wherever
Yeah.
you're
That's what I
moving,
was doing.
it'll automatically center you on the grid.
Oh, oh, oh,
Okay,
oh, oh.
stop.
Back there, and then click, then
Oh
alt.
wow, that's very cool.
You can just
I
hop
didn't know
around.
that. So it just like looks like disadvantage.
Okay.
And he has a difficult terrain if he's in
Yeah.
the spike growth.
Yeah. So he like you hear another guy coming through, but you can hear him like going ooh ah as he's running through.
Ching ching, what a big bang.
But get fucked up by some spikes.
Hell yeah.
Oops. So he only
Yeah,
makes
that's
it
two
there.
d4 per 5 feet.
Okay. So with that, it'll go to Falco.
All right, cool. So I look over at this at this the guy in front of me, this creature, and I see it's so foggy. I see it's so dark, and it's like I don't have dark vision. It's just like what am I going to do? And I just kind of focus my mind and think about nature and think about what could help me in this circumstance. And I turn into an ice spider.
Huh.
An ice spider.
So you see Falco convert into like uh, chest like snap open, like all the black dust like just come off and reform itself into obsidian spider. And with us as an ice spider, I have blind sense
Mhm.
up to 10 feet.
Oh shit. Okay.
What's your
And
size?
large.
Oh man, that is a terrifying spider mini.
Mm-hmm. That's me, baby. So
Oh!
that's my bonus action. So with my action, I'm going to if I use a ranged attack, I have to be more than 5 feet away for it to not be disadvantaged, right? Okay, cool.
Correct.
Oh yeah,
All right,
for a
cool.
range,
So
yeah.
fantastic. So I'm flanking right now, right?
With leak, yes.
Fantastic. So I'm going to take a bite attack at this thing.
Go for it.
Uh,
Oh, damn it! I asked if I was flanking too, and then just did straight rolls.
Ah.
it's unfortunate, but that is a dirty 20. So
Go. Nice.
thank you. So let me do this damage real quick. Sorry. Ice spider. And you have to make a Constitution saving throw of DC 11.
Saves with a 13.
Oh, all right. Okay, so 5, 6, 8. That's gonna be 8 plus 9 halved.
8 plus 9.
Halved. So 9 would be what?
17.
5.
Mhm.
So
Or
Does it round
No,
down?
yeah, 4. Sorry. So it would be 8 plus 4, so 12.
okay, so total 12.
You saved, unfortunately. But with that, I'm going to move backwards. I'll take the attack of opportunity potentially.
Okay.
Um, and actually, I'm not going to move.
Okay. So you're just gonna
Yeah, I
stay
think I
there.
will. I'll move backwards. I want to move up that tree, like
Okay, so
a
you want to climb
spider
up.
in a tree. hmm
big ass spider tree.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so I'll go ahead and make its opportunity attack. That'll be a dirty 20 to hit,
It hits.
and he'll deal out 6 slashing damage.
Okay.
All right. And then I'll come back to that same guy's turn. So I'm seeing that this guy just turned into a spider and ran away. He's going to focus his new target and go for the robot man and attack Robert. Bear, that's going to be an 11 to hit. I'm assuming that misses.
Correct.
And so he goes and it just kind of glances off your body there. He's done with that. Leak, it's your turn.
I'm gonna fly up to avoid the spike growth.
Nice.
Well, my spike growth just dropped from that last hit, ironically.
Oh,
But I don't know
gosh.
that you would know that.
never mind. I'm just gonna hop around right here to flank with my buddy Robert, facing the right way, and just continue wailing.
Go for it.
Leaks forte. I'm not gonna forget advantage this time. Two twos. I rolled a 9.
Ah,
Oh yeah. Now you go and you give another swing of that staff, but he kind of like predicts it and he kind of moves his axe behind him and it kind of blocks it.
Another flurry of blows.
Go for it.
Better. 24 to hit.
That hits.
8 damage.
Okay.
nice.
And the other one's gonna be 15 to hit
15 hits.
Sick.
or 6 bludgeoning.
Nice. He's looking really, really hurt. All right, Robert, you're up.
I'm just gonna grip my axe and bring it down on him again.
Go for it.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking I have advantage. Hold on, sorry. 15 to hit.
15 hits.
Six slashing damage.
All right.
Slashing.
Slash.
Actually want to move right next to Leak. If I hear that other guy comes in.
Okay, so yeah, you're still within melee range, so you don't occur opportunity attack. Karabar.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna I'm gonna yell out. We gotta keep at least one alive this time, guys, to find out what they're wanting, and then let's see. I'm going to try to non-lethal smack this guy again with my mace.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh,
Megan, I
natural
think you
20.
forgot to add your rage damage.
No, I did.
Ooh,
Ah, yeah.
Both times.
Go ahead and add that rod.
I was doing math in my head. I was like, it has to be at least 7.
Yeah, it's fine.
Well, how much additional damage was it?
It would have been 2 for each hit.
So 4 total.
Yeah.
But you only did one hit. Oh, okay. But from your last hit too, did you add it on your last hit? Your first hit?
No.
No.
I always forget about the extra damage with rage, to be honest.
Right. So with adding those things,
It's all good.
you would have actually killed them. So
Ah,
Oh, okay. Well, if we're retconning that,
yeah, you killed them and you just are able to move into position there.
sweet.
As
Yeah, it
the
happened
axe.
before Parabar said anything too. So
Yeah, you know the axe splits his head in half, and I go, "Don't kill." Okay, try not to kill at least one of them.
All right, Karabar. It's still your turn though.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So I didn't really know about that guy out there, so I'll just sort of get close to Leek and be like, "What's going on? What's happening?" And that's it. That's all I got.
Okay.
Waste of a natural 20.
Sorry.
Yeah, I like it better that way.
All right, so this guy just comes and
God giveth, God taketh away.
That's right.
charges into range of Robert and goes to attack with a 10 to hit. Assume that misses. And Falco, it's your turn.
So from on top of this tree, probably no one's paying attention between the mist and all that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But you see Falco like point his butt up, and he's gonna shoot a web to try to hit this guy. It's very not glamorous. Oh, natural 19. So that's going to be a 24 to
24
hit.
to hit. Yep.
Cool. And he is restrained.
Does he
Nice.
make a saving throw at all?
I don't think so. Hold on, let me just make sure. But uh, the target is
Yeah, I think
hit.
with
The
webbing, it's
target is
restrained
restrained by
hits.
webbing. Yeah, as action, the target has to make a DC 12 strength check to busting out the webbing.
Got it. Okay. All right. So he is
So yeah, that's my turn.
restrained. That will bring it to.
I'll probably move a little bit, but I'll take care of myself.
All right. Leak. Leak.
Leak. He continues his assault. Oh no, I reply to Karabar. There's like a dozen of them attacking. And this
Oh
actually,
shit!
Of them attacking.
we're gonna keep wailing on this guy.
Go for it.
Don't kill
Burning my-
one.
A 1 and a 3, 7.
No, that does not hit.
I can't hit shit with this quarterstaff. I might just give it up. Alright, Maria blow.
Dejected.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try to punch him right in the jaw.
Go for it.
I just imagine every one of your punches have radiant. Just
It's 21 to hit.
21 hits.
7 bludgeoning.
Alrighty.
And then the other one, right in the nose.
Go for it.
That's what I'm aiming for. 19 to hit,
19 hits.
or 8 bludgeoning.
8. Nice. All right. Anything else?
No.
All right, Robert.
I'll kind of glance back at Karabar and heave a deep sigh. And if you'll let me, I'll flip my axe around and use like the butt of it to try and just like smack him in the back of the head for non.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Damage.
Yep, I do. Thank you. 21 to hit.
21 hits.
Nice.
Uh, 10 damage.
All right. You knock him on the noggin with the staff of the axe there. It hits and it connects and it kind of dazes him for a second, but he's still standing.
Cool.
Karabar.
All right. Let's see. I'll be like a dozen. Oh God. Okay, and we go 5. Yeah, I guess I'll stay here. And then I think I'm just gonna keep wailing on him non-lethal with my mace.
Okay.
Okay, 18 to hit.
18 hits.
Yeah, I'm like aiming for kneecaps and shit. So, for 6 points of damage.
6 points. Yeah, you give a good swing and you nail him in the thigh, and but he's still standing.
What do you want? And that's my turn.
All right. And so he takes the hit and whatnot, and he looks around and he sees a squishier target because you don't have your armor on, and he goes attacks Karabar.
Oh no.
So that's a 17 to hit,
Yep, that hits. It wouldn't have hit if I was wearing my armor, but it hits.
and so you take 8 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
All right, Falco.
After I see our healer get hit, I'm gonna like begrudgingly run down this tree and try to gum and bite this guy.
All right.
Yeah, I was last turn I was trying to use movement to get down there anyway, but get down the tree anyway, but I couldn't unlock. I don't think I was unlocked. But yeah, so I'm going to try to bite this guy.
Go for it.
Let's roll that attack. All right, that's going to be a 21.
That hits.
All right, and I don't think this is possible to make non-lethal, but he gets to make a Constitution saving throw.
Right. That's going to be a 22.
He passes. So that's going to be so 4, and then so 8 damage total, poison and piercing.
All right. Anything else?
That's it for me.
All right. Leak.
I'm gonna try so hard to uh just rake him across the head with his staff. I I guess I'll non-lethal it.
Yeah.
Yes. 20.
20 hits.
See, when you're not trying to kill me,
Look,
Yeah.
8.
is your killer instinct hurt?
All right. So, you kind of come up behind him as he's like distracted with everything else, and you just do an overhead strike with your staff, and you knock him in the back of the head, and then he just tumbles over.
Yeah. Careful. There's 10 more.
All right, man. I was fucking with you.
Oh, well. It's cool. We could have handled them.
All right. So combat ends. You have one dead guy and one unconscious guy.
Just to be sure, I'll cast Spare the Dying, just so he's not dead.
All right.
And I don't have
And
a
I'm
rope.
going
We
to
should probably
web
tie-
him up.
Oh, good call. Good call. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Do like Shelob or Shelob, however you pronounce it.
Yeah. I'm trying to twirl him up and hang him from a tree upside down.
Hell yeah.
Easily enough.
Terrifyingly awesome.
And I'll just be talking in his head like, "Wake up!" Which is I'm trying to be as creepy
Ugh.
as I could possibly be,
That sounded seductive.
like looking him in the eye with all 8 like eyes, just spinning slowly.
You like it. He suffered a lot of wounds, so he's still relatively unconscious.
Fair. Yeah, I'm definitely trying to hang him from a tree, Spider-Man style.
You basically you pick the nearest tree so he's within sight of the camp, and he's there hung from a branch, snug as a bug.
All right. Oh well, I need my beauty sleep. So I mean, Robert, do you mind keeping an eye on him with your special sleep?
so, I mean, yeah, that's not.
Try not to kill him. I want to question him.
If I wanted to kill him, I would have done it.
I believe you. As I look back at the guy with a split open head.
Trust me, this was for you.
Couldn't Saloon just fill you in?
Would Saloon just what?
Couldn't Saloon just fill you in?
She's not that kind of god, and she might be, but I'm just not powerful enough. I guess I'm not there yet.
Because her light doesn't reach this land through the fog.
I'm not gonna lie. This place is pretty moonless most of the time. So I do feel a little bit of sadness and sort of lack of moonlight, but I still feel her presence. Obviously, I can cast spells, so she's here.
All right, I'm going back to bed.
Yeah, me too. Get back in my tent.
Right. So does everybody go back to their sleeping arrangements?
Absolutely.
Can I do something real quick before that happens?
What's up?
I don't think I have like any writing utensils or anything. But can I maybe find one of those charred pieces of wood and maybe like the charcoal on the end can be like, I don't know, something to write with? And I just want
Yeah,
to
I
draw.
mean, yeah, you can get like from the campfire, you can find a piece of wood that, piece of charcoal that you can get, that you can write with. As far as like anything to write on, it depends on you can
Just
find.
gonna like draw on my lean-to.
Oh, okay, yeah, you can draw drawing too.
Little graffiti. I just want to draw a moon. Little moon.
Nice. Hell yeah.
I don't tell Karabar I do it.
I feel
Full
it still.
crescent moon. And then yeah, I'll sit back next to a Kazan. Like him in a little bit better. Watching.
All right. So you go ahead, everybody go ahead and, gets their rest in. So
Thank
you
God.
finish out the rest of the night. Nothing undisturbed. Everybody gets a full night's rest.
Sweet. Got them spells back.
And then in the morning, you are awakened by grunts of someone trying to wriggle their way out of a specially made sleeping bag.
I hate to say it, but I might call. I have to get up so early in the morning.
No problem.
No, yeah, that's cool.
This is
Yeah,
a pretty good place narratively.
For sure, yeah. Hell yeah.
All right, so we'll go ahead and pause it here, and we'll continue pick it up next week. Sorry, folks, for pushing this a day. We just had some timing issues yesterday, so
It's my fault.
we'll
Sorry.
and
go
now
ahead.
we're a level up.
No levels, not yet. But yeah, tune in next
We
week
all know.
Wednesday for the continuing session.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we'll be back on this weekend for our weekend streams. Oh, are
Yes.
we? We're going to mornings now, right? Are we still doing
Yes,
it?
to try to cope with some scheduling stuff right here, we're going to try doing some afternoon streams. So we're probably going to start around noonish for the weekend streams and see how that works out. And if it works out, we'll probably continue with that. But just kind of bear with us as we try to work some stuff out.
Hell yeah. All right. Cue outro music.
Ba-da-da-da-dum-dum. Ba-da-da-ba-da-da-ba-da-da-ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.